Donald Trump has jetted to Mar-A-Lago for yet another taxpayer-funded vacation. This as even right-wing rags like Newsmax are reporting the following. Consumers brace for inflation rising to 4.3%. Consumer confidence has dropped to a level that we haven't seen in 15 years as Donald Trump starts senseless trade wars, clearly displaying his own massive cognitive decline, in my opinion, dementia-like symptoms as well, and as Donald Trump destroys all of America's alliances abroad and empowers China and Russia. So yes, Donald Trump headed back to Florida yet again. I think he spent about 50% of his time thus far golfing on taxpayer-funded vacations, golfing already at Mar-A-Lago. He also brought the entire Republican Senate delegation with him as well, and they're paying him for the privilege, I say that sarcastically, of staying at Mar-A-Lago. As Fact Post points out, Trump is returning to Mar-A-Lago for vacation after Elon Musk improperly gained access to classified government systems with America's social security numbers, as well as your Medicare and your medical records. A key DOJ staffer resigned over racist tweets, but then was put back into his position over your confidential information and over the Treasury Department's transaction payment system after Elon Musk and J.D. Vance pushed him there, and Donald Trump approved for this racist individual who supported eugenics to go back into running the Treasury Department. Donald Trump confirmed plans to abolish the Department of Education with Elon Musk, driving Head Start preschool programs towards total shutdowns, gutted U.S. aid and cut 10,000 federal jobs, cutted cancer treatment, trial patients off from medical care, says that China's retaliatory tariffs on Americans are fine. Also, there was yet another devastating plane crash that took place after, seems like every day now I'm reporting on some devastating transportation incident that wasn't happening under former President Biden. And finally, Secretary Sean Duffy, who's the Secretary of Transportation, who got famous by being on The Real World and then The Real World Road Rules Challenge, he finally responded. Took him almost 24 hours to post something about the Bering airplane that went missing and crashed in Alaska. He spent most of his time trolling Hillary Clinton, as our Candy points out. And then he goes, say a prayer tonight for the 10 souls who lost their lives on the Bering Air flight in Alaska. He says he spoke to the senators of Alaska. So when Donald Trump then went to Mar-A-Lago, of course, he had to hear himself speak. So he gave a speech to the press. And in this speech, you saw his cognitive decline on full display here. He talks about the word groceries and how groceries are now more expensive. But he goes, that's an old-fashioned word, the word groceries. Have you heard the word grocery before? Here, watch this clip.
I hear so much about the word groceries. I used to use groceries a lot on the trail. A word, it's like sort of an old-fashioned word, groceries. But groceries is the word that's the most accurate word. And the price of groceries went through the roof. Bacon was levels like nobody's ever seen. You take a look at eggs today. I mean, the eggs are double, triple, quadruple. They're going through the roof. Now, there's some problems that may, a little outside problem with eggs maybe. But, we inherited a mess.
Utterly, utterly terrifying to see what cognitive mush he's become. Meanwhile, Time Magazine, their cover is Elon Musk sitting at the Resolute desk. Soon as that was made clear that would be the Time Magazine cover, Elon Musk says that I love real Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. That's what's happening at the White House. Donald Trump was asked before he left to Mar-A-Lago while he was in the Oval Office with the Prime Minister of Japan. The reporter asked Donald Trump if you had a reaction to the Time Magazine cover that's basically saying Elon Musk is the real president and you are his puppet. This was Donald Trump's response. Let's play it.
Mr. President, do you have a reaction to the new Time Magazine cover that has Elon Musk sitting behind your Resolute desk?
タイムマガジンにイーロン・マスクが大統領の机の後ろで座っている写真がありますけども、それに関するコメントは何かありますか？
Is Time Magazine still in business? I didn't even know that.
まだタイムマガジンは廃刊じゃないんですか？
Elon
Donald Trump then talks about the U.S. plan to occupy Gaza, to put troops into Gaza, is what his Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth said he wouldn't rule out. And then Donald Trump says, well, actually, I'm looking at it more like a real estate deal. So for Donald Trump, ethnic cleansing of Palestinians, Trump views this all as one big real estate transaction. I mean, folks, this is deranged, demented, dangerous. 3Ds, play this clip.
No deliberations. It's been very well received, where basically the United States would view it as a real estate transaction, where we'll be an investor in that part of the world. And no rush to do anything. We wouldn't need anybody there. It would be supplied and given to us by Israel. They'll watch it in terms of security. We're not talking about boots in the ground or anything, but I think the fact that we're there, that we have an investment there, I think would go a long way to creating peace. We don't want to see everybody move back and then move out in 10 years. This has been going on for 50 years, much more than that. We just want to see stability. That would be having us have that particular piece in that particular location, I think would show great stability and would lead to great stability in the area for very little money, very little price, and we wouldn't need soldiers at all. That will be taken care of by others. And the investments are taken care of by others also. So for no investment, I mean virtually no investment whatsoever, it would bring stability to the area, and others can invest in it later on. But we're in no...
And I think most people, including Trump's own MAGA supporters, like this is a MAGA account right here, are asking, what about the lower prices? You promised on day one that you were going to lower prices, lower inflation, make housing more affordable, and you're doing the exact opposite. You're making everything more expensive. So what does Donald Trump have to do? Distract, distract, distract. Those are his 3Ds, or as I call it, a weapon of mass distraction. Donald Trump says he's signing an executive order next week ending paper straws. Okay, Donald, no more paper straws, just plastic straws, because that's what Americans are really thinking about. When prices are going up, when people can't afford eggs, when gas prices are going up, when housing is less affordable, when we see you and the billionaire oligarchs laughing in the face of we the people, you know what we're saying? Oh man, I need some plastic straws. Yeah, give me these paper straws are horrific. Executive order for plastic straws. The idiocracy here may be somewhat humorous if it wasn't so freaking dangerous what he's doing while he's talking about ethnic cleansing people, starting wars, annexing Canada, and looking so weak and pathetic as well when he makes fake deals with nations and then says to President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico, we got a deal, right? 10,000 troops on the border, right, Claudia Sheinbaum? She's like, sure, Donald, 10,000 troops, which is like 5,000 to 10,000 less than are already at the border or were at the border under President Biden. But I digress. More distraction from Donald Trump saying that the Washington Post and Jeff Bezos should fire its reporter Eugene Robinson. You've got Donald Trump posing for photos with Tucker Carlson and Elon Musk wearing gigantic red MAGA hats, which just look incredibly foolish. By the way, Trump then posted that on the White House account and on his own Instagram account. The comments here are wild. Nobody elected Elon Musk. Never seen a pic more, whatever. We didn't elect these people. This is so embarrassing for this country. Bro is destroying the world as we speak. I keep on thinking the POTUS account has been hacked. Then I remember who got reelected. Elon's gotta go. How Adolf felt when he got into power. The most embarrassing thing is they posted this themselves. I remember when Republicans ran on bringing honor and dignity back to the White House. I guess see you later. Talk about the Three Stooges, the Three Stooges. So this is where our tax money is going. Gosh, you Americans must be embarrassed. I feel really bad for you. Nice. Let's see the Epstein files. Oh, some good comments there, some sus comments, some good comments right there as well. Our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, writes the following: I feel at some point the need to point out that the perpetually whiny victim MAGA snowflake friends that the libs had nothing to do with firing your racist Doji guy. You hired him, you fired him, you're hiring him back, and you keep crying that somehow the Dems are doing this. Biden's not in office anymore. Dems don't control any branch of the federal government. I know you guys don't like to govern. You like to wear stupid big red hats and run around and post weird trolley stuff and talking about testicle tanning and all the weird crap that you do on Fox. But this is real stuff now, governing, and I know you don't want to do it. Although I should say this, Elon Musk has some agendas, an agenda that he's having Donald Trump do. The White House on Friday night just issued an executive order on South Africa that includes admitting the Afrikaner South Africans as refugees to the United States. So we are now pro-migration when it comes to just white South Africans. They could come in here. Everybody else, Donald Trump said he says he's sending to concentration camps in Guantanamo Bay or putting people in prison in El Salvador. He's spending $85,000 an hour for C-17 jets when it could cost $8,500 an hour, so he can make these grand propaganda showings, even though they're like half empty C-17s. But he is allowing white South Africans to come in on immigration. They're more than welcome. But he's sending, so let's just get this straight. While Donald Trump's saying white South Africans, you are refugees, you should come into the United States. Welcome, welcome. Donald Trump's own Venezuelan supporters, he's revoked your TPS status, temporary protected status, sending them back to Venezuela to be killed and tortured by Nicolas Maduro, who the Trump administration's cutting deals with to bring people back to Venezuela. Trump screwed his own base, his Cubans, his Venezuelans, the Latinos in South Florida, and in Florida and across the country. But Elon Musk wants the South Africans in. They can come in. Meanwhile, even Fox is talking about prices are way up. Here, play this clip.
A lot of people in the country are talking about eggs.
Yeah.
And the lack thereof right now.
Right.
I have a sister who lives in Austin, Texas. They said they can't find eggs anywhere, Costco and beyond. Although I went and looked for, you can go about 30 minutes and you can find eggs on the shelf.
Yeah.
But egg prices are, there's no doubt, they are way up. I know anybody who does the grocery shopping that's listening to this is going, they're crazy.
I know.
In fact, I mean, the prices that we have here, that's an average. I feel like most people are going, the eggs I see on my shelf are way more expensive.
And I enjoy my eggs too. So this is certainly.
And Trump got a horrific jobs report. 143 jobs in his first month. Biden's last month was 256,000, and consumer confidence, as I said at the outset, tanked. The worst it had been in 15 years, the biggest drop it had been in 15 years. But don't worry, like a miracle, it's all going to go away, right? Isn't that Donald Trump's thing? Like a miracle, he may not know what groceries are. That may be a big fancy word for him, but like a miracle, it's all going to go away. So what did Donald Trump do? I'll leave you with this. He brings in Paula White Cain to now lead we all got to just pray at this point. There's going to be a lot of pain is what he and the Republicans are saying. We're in for trouble. This is what they're saying. We need to sacrifice. It's going to be super patriotic for us to have higher inflation and higher prices, suffering for Elon Musk and Donald Trump, the hardship they're going to inflict. It's all good. We're going to pray through it. That's what they're saying. Paula White Cain was appointed to lead the faith office. So she's going to lead everybody in prayer, folks. So we're good. We're good now, according to Donald Trump. These are the types of prayers that she's going to do to help us all get over it. Here, play this clip.
In the quarters of heaven, victory, 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 victory. For angels are being released right now. Angels are being dispatched right now. Hamanda aka ata raka teda baka sanda ata ambo osa kata rite eke banda ata rike didi ashata.
Oh, well, I guess the prayers aren't being answered because Musk's Doge teen was also fired by a cybersecurity firm for leaking company secrets. Edward Korstein posted online that he had retained access to the firm's server. Now he has access to sensitive government information. Your information. Folks, we're going to keep you posted every day. Last week, we saw a lot of protests starting across the country. We cover those protests here on the MeidasTouch network. Unlike on corporate media, we're going to let you know as those start to grow where they're happening, what you can do, how we activate each other peacefully, of course, at all times. I want you to hit subscribe right now. I want to try to get to 4 million subscribers. It's so important we grow this pro-democracy community together. It's free to subscribe, so please hit subscribe now. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.
Hey, Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.